Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Breath, Body, Mind information session. My name is Denise Kwamina, and I'm one of the senior consultants with the Trauma Informed Network and Resource Center. And before we get into the session, I'd like to give a brief overview of the network and its offerings. Next slide. We started as a small network in 2018, and the goal was to connect organizations, agencies, and individuals because we recognized that there was good work going on across the state. And the New York State Office of Mental Health gave us some funding. And in 2023, we were able to expand into a full network to offer support and resources to all the folks, agencies, and organizations across New York State. Next slide. All the work that we do is rooted in the core value of being trauma responsive. And these core values you see here on the screen has been adopted from the Substance and Mental Health Services Administration. Next slide. Next slide. We offer several, no, you can go back, yeah. We offer several different offerings, and they're in these 4 different buckets. So under connection and collaboration, we have virtual and in-person meetings. We have the advisory council, the quarterly network meeting, which is our next meeting will be July 30th, our podcasts. You can sign up for our website, newsletters. Under trainings, we have the Tending the Roots training, direct training, and the instructors edition. And you can sign up for your organizations to take the Trauma Responsive Understanding Self-Assessment 2.0, and there is one specific for schools, the Trust. Not yet. Stacy, could you go back?
Yep, sorry about that.
It's okay. Under prevention and wellness, we have the Breath, Body, Mind, which you'll hear more of later on in this session. And we have a wider range of curated resources. Under outreach and engagement, we have the storytellers in residence. This is where individuals who are interested could apply to tell their stories. And we have the TINRC on tour, which is where we go to different regions in the state to learn what organizations and agencies are doing to help support their community and well-being. Next slide. And today you're going to hear more of the Breath, Body, Mind practices. And this is a science-based practice designed to relieve stress and calm the body and the mind. To further discuss Breath, Body, Mind, I am pleased to introduce you to co-founders, Dr. Patricia Gabarg and Dr. Richard P. Brown. Thank you. Next slide.
I'm Dr. Gabarg. So we've got
I gotta turn it off for the moment.
okay.
So feedback.
Pardon?
Okay, there we go.
So Breath, Body, Mind is a program that we developed. Are you going to advance the slides or can I?
I can, just give me a heads up.
Go. We know that pandemics place heavy burdens on already strained healthcare services. So for example, during COVID-19 pandemic, the workers in healthcare systems endured prolonged stress affecting their physical and emotional well-being. During mass disasters, the one provider for each person model simply doesn't work because we don't have enough providers. Next. Prolonged severe stress can cause changes in stress response systems that reduce the ability to work effectively and increase vulnerability to cumulative emotional and physical impairments, deterioration of relationships, and professional burnout. So workers may become locked into a defensive psychophysiological state in which they feel unsafe, anxious, overwhelmed, or exhausted. Next. So new interventions need to be developed to relieve stress that's occurring at this magnitude. The goals for this type of intervention could be that it's rapidly effective, low risk, non-stigmatizing, inexpensive, can be given as a group intervention, and sustainability, which means being able to train local trainers who can continue providing it. Next. Breath, Body, Mind is a program of gentle movement, breathing, and relaxation. It's been developed over 25 years for safe, rapid relief of stress and trauma, and has been used extensively during and after mass disasters. So why are breath practices so powerful? We are going to tell you a little about the science of the breath. There's a good deal of evidence of safety and efficacy and their benefits both for children and adults. Next. The first principle is that breath and emotion are bidirectional, so specific emotions induce specific breath patterns, and voluntary changes in the breath pattern can bring about specific emotional changes. We call this voluntarily regulated breathing practices. Next. The autonomic nervous system has two branches: sympathetic system, which regulates our glands and organs and prepares us for action. That's the fight-flight response, which we need to survive, but when it runs for too long, it burns a lot of energy and depletes our energy. It is counterbalanced by the parasympathetic system, which also regulates the glands and organs, and it also regulates emotions. It is the common recover system. It has anti-inflammatory effects throughout the body and is believed to be responsible for enabling our abilities to connect with one another and bond. It also restores energy reserves. Next. The most common imbalance that we see in the autonomic nervous system is one in which, because of stress, the sympathetic nervous system is overly activated and the parasympathetic system is underactive. The medications we use can tamp down the sympathetic part, but none of them will boost up the parasympathetic part. In order to balance and restore safely and quickly the balance of the system, we use coherent breathing, and every system in the body works better. Next. Slow breathing reduces the emotional overactivity in the limbic system. What we're looking at here is, these are sample organs, but of course we're using our lungs for breathing, and messages go up and down the vagus nerve. Every time we breathe in and breathe out, the respiratory system sends these messages, which then go through the brainstem and then ascend to all the major regulatory areas of the brain. One branch goes to the limbic system, where emotions are regulated. Another goes to the hypothalamus, where it regulates cortisol release in the stress response. Another branch goes directly to the prefrontal cortex, our higher thinking centers. And another branch goes to the thalamus, which sends connections back and forth to all the cortical areas and sets the electrical rhythms of the brain. So breathing gives us access to all of these areas of the brain, which can be influenced by breath patterns. So slow breathing both reduces the overactivity in the limbic system and at the same time increases the activity in the thinking centers. And this helps with improving emotion regulation. Next. So coherent breathing is gentle breathing at a rate between 3 and 6 breaths per minute with an equal length for the inhale and the exhale, and it's done gently through the nose without force or pressure, and it creates a unique neurophysiological state in which the person is calm and at the same time alert. Next. For the average adult, the respiratory resonant rate for coherent breathing is 4.5 to 6 breaths per minute, and we use 5 breaths per minute for most adults. For children under the age of 9, we use slightly faster rates. Next. Once a person learns how to do coherent breathing, practicing daily for several weeks with their eyes closed, they can also learn to do it with eyes open. And that way, it can be done during everyday activities, while walking, while working, or in stressful situations. You're simply breathing gently and slowly, and no one even knows you're doing it, so it's completely private. Next. This is a list of our completed and published clinical studies. I'm not going to go through all this, but just to show you, it is evidence-based by our studies. And we've done studies dealing mostly with adults, but some with children. Next slide. This is Dr. Brown teaching breath, body, mind in Chemung County. Next. And here he is leading movement and breathing sequences with a group. Next. This is one of the breath, body, mind classes in Rwanda, where we have teachers leading many groups, particularly to help in recovery from the genocide. And they tell us that it is very helpful. Next. This is a 4th grade class on the border of Harlem in New York City, where most of the children have multiple adverse childhood experiences. And one of the problems at this school was that when the children got upset, they would begin screaming uncontrollably, run out of the building, and the police would have to be called to find them. So Dr. Brown went to the school and began teaching some of the teachers coherent breathing and some of the other breath practices that we use. What you see here is what we call Ha breath practice, which is a short, more powerful, forceful breathing that quickly brings people to attention, and it's wonderful for kids. What they found was that after they learned the breathing practices, and he was only there for, I think, 2 or 3 sessions, but the teachers began using them immediately because they were so easy. When the children became upset, they would just do this Ha breath for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. It would calm them down. They could focus, and then they didn't have to run out of the building. And they could also, was very helpful to get them focused in classroom at the beginning of each class. Next slide. Here you see Bill and Martha Benedict teaching at the Special Olympics in 2009, and we found that children with special needs find these practices very helpful, and they have fun doing them. Next. This is a child in an after-school program at a community center. You see a little stuffed animal on her tummy. That is her breath buddy, and we use these to teach children coherent breathing. Next slide. So the effects of coherent breathing are that it reduces defensive reactions. In other words, it reduces fear and anger. And it activates feeling safe, connected, loved, and loving. And of course, this counteracts emotional isolation as well. Next. So here are our two websites. We do have a nonprofit foundation, the Breath, Body, Mind Foundation, that does programs in the US and around the world. You have the contact information for your organization. Next. Is Linda Lentini here? No? Okay. These are virtual online practice and training offerings. You can see the schedule here. Denise, did you want to?
Yes.
Up the
Yes.
lecture?
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Yeah, so if you can take a snap of the QR code and it'll give you all of the information that's here, and you can sign up for the practice session, the informational session. As you can see here, the next fundamentals is in July. And then we have information for the levels 1 and 2 training. Next slide, please. These are the different ways that you can join the network. You can register online to the Trauma Informed Network and Resource Center. And once you're there, you could create an organizational profile on the website.
Can we just go back to the other slide? Because I didn't get the QR code. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sure, no
Thank you,
worries.
thank you, thank you.
Of course.
Sorry to interrupt. I
No,
apologize.
no. Thank you for asking. Stacy, did you get it? Okay. Stacy, can you get to the next slide?
Question one also, please. Could you do the foundation information 2 cells ahead? One more, 2 more. The one with, yes, thank you. So you'll give the information later about how to sign up for the teacher training, right?
Yeah, so once you go on, you would follow the QR code, you will get the information.
Thank you.
Mhm.
No problem. Everybody good with the QR code? Great.
Yeah, okay. Yes, once you're on the site and you registered, you could sign up for our newsletter, or you could be a storyteller in residence, so you can tell your story if you're interested. You can register your organization to take the Trauma Responsive Understanding Self-Assessment 2.0, or if you're a school, the school version. And Stacey, the next 2 slides, I believe. The next one. We have our 3rd annual conference that's coming up in October, the 28th through the 30th. It's at Saratoga Springs. It's no cost to attend, and there are scholarships available for travel and hotel. Now you can go back if you don't mind. And this is how you would find us on social media. And
Can you go back, please, to the scholarship slide? Thank you.
Yes. There you go. Are you all set?
Yes, thank you.
It's a nice mask, Erica. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I need it.
You're welcome. And do we have any more any questions? You can go to the next slide, Stacy. And this is the QR code for the network. You can take a snap of this, and this will take you directly to the network, and you'll see all the different resources that we have. You'll see the different initiatives. It'll guide you through registering for the network and all the things that I've mentioned before, including information on breath, body, mind practices, the weekly practices that we have Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Wednesday, we have the Spanish version, and Tuesdays, we have 3 versions, three sessions, 6 o'clock, 12 noon, and 8 o'clock. Next slide. Any questions? Okay. Dr. Gabag?
Yes. So what we'd like to do now is give you a chance to experience the practices. So Dr. Brown is going to lead you through some of the practices just to give you a taste of what it's like.
Thank you.
Real quick, there were some questions coming in the chat. I'm having audio issues on my end. I wasn't sure if they were answered. I just wanted to make sure that there were questions about sharing the slides, as well as some questions about the fundamentals course as well.
So Denise,
Yes. So once you follow the link, the QR code that was listed, it'll give you the information. Also, if you have take the snap of the QR code for the network, it'll also, if you go in there, you'll see resources, you'll see breath, body, mind, and you can click on that and it'll take you through the information that you're seeking. Okay. Dr. Brown?
Yes, so we'll have Dr. Brown lead you.
So, how many people can stand up right now? Or it's hard to stand up where you are? Okay, so there are some people it's hard to stand. Okay, then we will do our practice sitting. And I'm going to try to make sure you can see me. Let me know if you cannot see me or hear me properly, okay, as we do this. So we sit a lot in our chairs, and this is us on the computer. Okay, really terrible for your neck and upper back and your whole body. So we're going to start with a few things just to first reverse that curve in your spine. So if you bring your hands here, and I'll try to give you a slightly the angle where you can see it better. So let's breathe in a moment. And breathing out. And breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. I can feel my neck aligning as I do this. And breathing out. Okay. Now, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now, watch what I'm going to do with my neck. It's almost like I'm painting a circle with the tip of my chin. Slowly, slowly. For the moment, don't worry about your breathing. Just circle. Now, look at my shoulders. I'm going to breathing as I breathe in. I begin to circle them up. And I breathe out as they circle around and down. Breathing in, coming up. Close to your ears if you can. And breathing out, circle around and down. Breathing in. And breathing out. And sometimes you need a quick release of stress. So breathe your shoulders up as close to your ears as you can get them. Breathing in, breathing in. Hold your breath, and just let go. Really fast. Yeah, let's do it again. Breathing in, shoulders come up. Hold your breath, and let go. One more time. Breathing in. And let go. Good, good, good. Okay, now imagine I'm reaching for grapes or olives in the trees, and I'm bringing them down on the ground, and I'm pressing my feet into the ground to make the grapes into wine or the olives into olive oil, or both. Depends on your imagination, how much you want to stretch it. And really stretch your sides as you do this. And look up at the ceiling. And then breathing out. Close your eyes. Feel the changes in the sensations inside your body. Where do you feel the change most? Is there a change in your thoughts? What are the qualities of your breathing right now? Okay, and just one more little one, because people get so much tension kind of in your upper back between your shoulder blades and your spine with the way we're sitting these days. So imagine I take this arm out here, that's my left arm, and my right hand takes a hold of it. So I'm going to breathe in. As I breathe out, I really round my back and stretch it. Breathing in, kind of the back straightens up again, breathing in. Breathing out, really stretch, like you know how a cat stretches when it wakes up. Really stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out, stretch the wrist a bit. Breathing in, let's switch hands. So the left hand goes on the right wrist. So breathing in. Breathing out, really round your upper back, stretch between the shoulder blades. Breathing in. And then just let go. Feel the change in your upper back. Notice any change in your thoughts, the pacing of your thoughts, the qualities of your breathing. Is it smooth? Is it jagged? Is it fast? Is it slow? Whatever it is, just accept it, but be aware of it because it gives you a clue to what's happening in your spirit. And and your attitude. That's the most important thing in life is to be aware of what's happening. You can change what's happening inside you a lot more than you can change what's happening around you. Okay. Okay, just one little thing, one or two more little things. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to put my hands on the upper back of my chair and I'm going to breathe in. And as I breathe out, I'm going to just slightly go a little looking over my shoulder. Breathing out, breathing out. Breathing in, I'm going to slightly see if I can turn a little more. I'm breathing out. I relax. Wherever I am, it's fine. And one last time, even if you don't move, see if you can go a little farther, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. And breathing out, just relax. Come back to center. Feel the change in your right side. Let's go to the other side. So you could be here to start. Breathing in, go a little farther over your left, looking over your left shoulder. And breathing out, just relax wherever you are. It's fine. Breathing in, a little farther at least, even if it's a millimeter. And breathing out, relax, relax. Last time, breathing in. And breathing out, come back to center. Feel the changes in your body. Feel the change in your thoughts. Notice any change in how your breath wants to be breathing. Okay, so you saw the kids in the school in Harlem. It was really, really rough, how many childhood adverse experiences they'd had. So part of it was they felt very hopeless, helpless. And when they were frustrated, they just got so angry. So I want to show you a way we have of doing ha breath, because sometimes you kind of need to get negative feelings out. And you also need to kind of turn your attention on in work or in taking care of family. And so we're going to do a kind of ha breath like I was teaching the kids. So I have my hands, loose fists. I'm not clenching my hands. My elbows are next to my sides. And what I'm going to do, I breathe in and my arms float up, my hands and fingers open up. And when I breathe out, I go, ha! From my belly, and I just let my hands gently close without clenching them. We're not going to do it fast. The benefits don't come from hyperventilating. If you can, do a good ha. Now, if you're where security will be called, if you do a few ha breaths, you can do a really strong inhale and an even more forceful exhale. But if you can, do the ha breath with me. Okay. Breath in. Ha! Ha! Sorry. Ha! Breathing in, going up. Ha! 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 Now relax. Just let your hands rest comfortably in your lap. Close your eyes. Where has the energy changed most in your body? Where do you feel it? Just kind of scan through what's happening inside. No rush. Let the feeling emerge into your awareness. Is there more space between your thoughts? How has your breathing changed now? And opening our eyes. We could do some more, but I just want to introduce you to some of the key things that we do. So sometimes you need to activate. Sometimes you need to calm down fast when really bad things happen. For that, breath holds can be really helpful. So we're going to do some breath holds. I'll lead you in the counts, and we're going to use our arms. So as I breathe in, my hands come up. Let's say they're starting around my navel. They come up, and when they get to around my shoulders, they kind of turn around so your palms are up to the sky. And then we hold the breath. I'll give you the count. And then we breathe out, slowly coming down, and we pause our breath very briefly after the out breath. Pay attention to what your mind does even more when you hold your breath. So let's do a few. So hands, palms up near your navel, breathing in, coming up, turning over, hold 2, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, breath in, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, breath out, 2, 3, 4, pause 2, breath in, 2, 3, 4, pause 2, breath out, 2, 3, 4, pause 2. Once again, close your eyes. Notice your mind. What kind of thoughts you're having? How fast do they come? How positive or negative they are? As we do these things, stress gets released. So sometimes some people feel really good right away, and some people feel bad at first as the stress comes out. But it's much better to release the stress and wash it away than have it kind of fester inside, causing problems. And opening our eyes. Now I'm gonna change the rhythm. When people are really traumatized, the 4-2-4-2 rhythm is great. Like our work in Ukraine, or Israel, or Gaza, or Rwanda, or Cambodia, South Sudan, okay? Extremely stressed places, Northern Ireland, okay? But it's even better when we go a little farther. I'll lead you, 4 in, 4 hold, 6 out, 2 hold. If that feels uncomfortable for you, do 4-2-4-2 with us, it's okay. So breathing in, coming up, 2, 3, 4, pause effortlessly, 3, 4, breath out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause 2, breath in, hold, breath out, slowly, pause 2, breath in, coming up, hold, 2, 3, 4, breath out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause 2. Once again, breath in, 2, 3, 4, hold effortlessly, 3, 4, breath out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause 2. Last one. Breath in, coming up. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breath out slowly. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause 2. Relax. Closing your eyes if they're not closed. Once again, notice your thoughts. How have they changed from when we started? Notice your body, the sensations throughout your body. And feel what your breathing wants to do. Can you feel what your breath wants without changing that? Without imposing any structure on it? Very freely, very relaxed breathing. Okay, now opening our eyes. So the core breathing we teach, some scientists call it coherent breathing. Some scientists call it resonant breathing. So whether you know it or not, most all of our systems, when you measure their electrical activity and other activity, they're chaotic. They're in chaos all the time. Okay, it's amazing we get anything done. But when we do this breathing, everything comes together. And in 2 different laboratories around the world, everything they can measure becomes optimal. Every system goes toward its best function and it stays there for hours after a round. So you don't have to do it all the time. You do have to do it every day to some degree, on and off, a little bit, not a lot. So we're going to do that. It's very relaxed breathing. I had a colleague I did research with here. He was a very good doctor. He had a stroke at 52 from stress. And he heard some years later that I was doing this kind of program. And this is him doing his first round of this kind of breathing. I think you get the idea. Okay. So I went over to him. I looked at him and I was so distressed, feeling what he was feeling. And I said, Jim, you got to relax. And he opens his eyes up and he goes, I am relaxed. Just like that. So that's how we are under stress. And we don't realize it usually. Okay. So when people come with a lot of stress, it takes a while to wash it away, doing these things. Coherent breathing is key. To have something that makes your brain work better than any pill does, and your body gets healthier and healthier over time, is, I think, a gift. They discovered this thousands of years ago, and science is only confirming that over and over again. Okay. To pace your breathing, I'll use my voice. The pace of the breathing is important. The relaxation of the breathing is important. But then where you put your attention is important. And I'll ask you to take your attention to feeling the breath moving in and out of your nose and throat. And there are some more advanced things as you practice that we teach you later. And when you do this every day, a lot of things correct. I won't go into all the research on this, but let's put it simply. We did one study with the most severely ill patients at the Nathan Klein Institute. They all had symptoms of schizoaffective disorder. They'd been hospitalized for years. They were all on clozapine high dose and usually 2 other antipsychotics, 2 anti-seizure medicines, mood stabilizing drugs. And what we found was their psychosis didn't change, but their brains worked so much better. They could work, they could do much better things with their lives. And it was during Hurricane Sandy. So for 3 weeks, our teachers in New York couldn't get up there because New York was flooded and the roads were flooded. And the patients got themselves together and did the breathing at exactly the hours they'd been doing the breathing for 7 weeks already, because they knew it was so valuable for them. Okay. So make yourself comfortable. It's good if your spine's erect without being rigid. Okay. And it's nice if your chin is what we doctors call neutral posture. So again, this is us on the computer, okay? Something like this or this. And I just for a moment, kind of do this little chicken pecking thing here, just so you loosen up those muscles a little bit. A lot of tension gets stored in here. Okay. So eyes closed, breathe in through the nose, breath in. Breath out gently, effortlessly, continuously. Breath in. Breath out. Notice how you relax a little more when you breathe out. It's just natural. Breath in. Breath out, relaxing a little more. Breath in, the belly gets bigger. Breath out, the belly gets smaller. If you're going the opposite way, breathing in now, join me. The belly gets bigger when you breathe in. Breath out, the belly gets smaller. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. If you're not sure what your belly's doing, you can put one or both hands there. Breath out, gently, gently. Breath in. Breath out. Breathing in. Breathing out, relaxing a little more. Breath in. Bring your attention to feeling the breath moving in your nose and throat. Breath out. Keep your attention on that sensation. Breathing in. Breathing out. If possible, eyes closed. When people are highly traumatized, it may take weeks. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. When distractions come, let them float by like clouds in the sky. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Feel the breath moving inside you. Breathing out, whatever image, memory, sensation floats into awareness, just let it go. Breath in. Breath out. Can you breathe even more gently? Breathing in. Breathing out. You don't have to squeeze all the air out. Breathing in, you do not have to fill all of your lungs. It's really gentle. Breath out. You get the most benefit with the least work of any breathing rhythm. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Bring your mind back to feeling the breath moving inside you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just let go and let the breathing happen. Letting the bells pace us, letting my voice pace you. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Let the distractions float by. Breath out. Breathing in. Breathing out. The breath brings life-giving oxygen to every cell. Breathing in. Breathing out and takes away the carbon dioxide waste. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Feel the breath moving through the nose and throat to the whole front of your body. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out, relaxing a little more, a little more. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in, like sinking into a wonderful bath. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Relax your muscles a little more. Breath in. Breath out. And just let your breath go into whatever rhythm it wants to be in without controlling it. Just let it be. Feel what's happening with your breathing. Feel the sensations inside your body. Be aware of your thoughts, whether positive or negative. Imagine going through your day in harmony with your thoughts much more of the time. Can you feel more stillness, quietness inside your body? And you may feel pulses in your body you ordinarily do not. Feel what's happening inside, just accepting whatever you feel. Again, we can take this farther when you do more training, but this is the beginning. When you're ready, you can stretch your body like a cat awakening from a nap.